What up, everybody, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, everybody of all ages? It's our week 4, count it 4, week 4, Dynasty Fantasy Recap Edition. Doing it alone. I was waiting for Luis. He might join us during the show. Who knows? But it couldn't wait any longer. This game ended an hour ago, so why keep you guys waiting? We'll kick things off with this week. Right away, we go into my game between me and Johnny. Johnny kicking butt again, 2 weeks in a row, sir. You get the highest score of the league. I get the lamest score of the league. I only managed to get 70 points out of my team. Looking at my handy dandy highlights here, Johnny wins 126 to 70. Johnny gets a lot of points from Antonio Brown and Andrew Luck. Victor Cruz finally shows to get him 8 points. Jimmy Graham at 12. And the one place that he needed help on was his running backs. I mean, if his running backs had showed up, Rashad Jennings and Donald Brown, I believe he could have done a lot more damage. But thankfully he didn't. I mean, he had a little bit of mercy on me. LaShawn McCoy managed to get like 17 yards as opposed to, I think, his projected 13-point performance. Not a good show for me because LaShawn McCoy only got me 1.7 points. Also got 0.9 points out of Deshaun Jackson after his 17-point performance last week. Not cool. San Diego showed up for me. I picked up that defense 10 points, but like I said, too much, too little, too late. Didn't work out for me. Moving on into the second game, we had Freddie, last year's champion, taking on Luis, who would have been on a little bit of a roll for the past couple weeks, but didn't turn out too well for Luis this week. Freddie wins 111 to 105. Maybe you should have showed up for the recap. Maybe you would have won, Luis. Maybe you would have, did a little bit better there. Jamal Charles finally shows up in fantasy football, 28 points for Freddie. So, I mean, look at the way Freddie goes. If he can just play he missed out on 28 points for Matt Asiata, or I think it's Matt. Matt Asiata. Luckily, he didn't play him. Otherwise, it would have been a complete blowout, and he would have got player of the week status, but didn't happen. He also didn't play Eric Decker, who got 10 points. He ended up playing, who was this guy? Larry Donnell. I don't even know who that is. Only got him a couple of points. Larry Donnell, the tight end for New York. New York came out of nowhere, gave him 23 points. You did all right. You did pretty good job, Freddie. You started a lot of good players this week. Luis got -1 point from Chicago defense and only 2 points from Steve Gutowski, the New England Kickers. So didn't work out for you. You did get 27 points from DeMarco Murray. The kind of thing that kicks your butt here is Luis, you scored the third highest points in the league this week, and you lost a game. Welcome to me 2 weeks ago. That's what happened to me. Moving on. Third game of the week in a low-scoring affair. The rest of these games are kind of low-scoring, which is kind of weird. Better than Desra pulls it out at the end. I thought he was going to lose to Joey tonight. But 78 to 73, Joey gets his first loss in the season. I mean, and this is the crazy thing. Jeremy didn't. He left 3. He had 2 players on a bye week this week. He had Russell Wilson and Monte Ball on bye week. And he left him in the starting alignment. Joey also gets. He got 5.9 points from Nick Foles, 3.8 points from Cordero Patterson. I can't even say his name right. Garrett Harlan gave him 8, which is still kind of good. I mean, he also only got 3 points from Brandon Cooks. That didn't help him out there. He did get 17 points from Phil Dawson, which is insane, and a 10-point performance from the San Francisco defense, but not enough. You would have beat me. That's the crazy thing. That's the sad thing is I can't believe I got Lamer of the Week this week. I can't believe this, but Gabriel beat Joe this week, 82 to 78. I don't know how you should feel about this, Joe. I don't know how I feel about it, knowing that I'm way at the bottom now. I'm the only team in the league with no wins. I don't think this is going to last for Gabe. But the good thing is like with him and Joe now both with 1 win. If all I get is 1 win, then I'm right back in that 8th spot position. So maybe I can pull it out. Joe gets hurt by 2 points, man. He got a -2-point performance from the New England defense. That is not good. I just realized I started him in another league. Robbie Gould gives him 5 points until it's finished with 13. But Gabe pulled it out with Matt Stafford going, getting a pretty good performance compared to last week, 26 points. Ashlon Jeffrey with 11, Eddie Lacy with 11, Nick Novak, man, with 15 points. So good job on that, Gabe. Good pick on that. Surprised you were I'm surprised you picked him up. And then moving into our last game, we had Alex taking on Jose Bravo. 2 former champs going right at it. Looks like Bravo gets his second win of the season with the 90 to 84 win. Big performances from Ben Roethlisberger and Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb gave him 23 points. He played him in his flex position, so there you go. Aaron Rodgers and Hopkins. Those are the only two players giving double digits. He did have Dan Bailey as his kicker. Did a good job there with 10 points. Green Bay with 6. But Houston, the Texans, showing up on the defense, man, 13 points. Bravo did miss out on 25 points from Steve Smith Jr. He left him on his bench. Heath Miller on Alex's team, he scored 14 points as opposed to the starting. He had to go with he had to play the team favorite here. He picked up Jason Witten, played him, only got him 6. And if he would have played Heath Miller, he would have won there 14 points. So sorry about that. Luis just texted me, said its link is not working, so he's missing out on the show, man. You should have paid that bill for that Wi-Fi. Maybe you'd be here right now. So I'm loading up the Pro Football Pick'ems right now. So as that loads, let's take a look on how we are doing, guys. Clicking on Dynasty Forever. We'll see who's moved into the top spot here. I move up to 5th place. I mean, I'm getting there. Picking ain't easy stays at the top at 40. Will football at 36. Is obscene with 36. I know how to pick him at 35. I'm right behind there with 34. Victoria's Secret 33. You're welcome 31. G-Man 30. Number at 9. Blackbeard's Delight. And at the very bottom, my sister routing at the top 10 and the only 10. Weekly Performer of the Week this week for Pick'ems League, if it loads for me, will be come on, let's go, Making Bad TV. Fap Attacks. There was a lot of teams that got 7 picks this week. I don't know how many people, whoever picked Kansas City out of those, you guys will all be tied, I think, as far as that goes. Pretty bad week for Pick'em. I mean, we all didn't do too good this week, but there we go. Player of the week goes to Johnny. I get Lamer of the week, and a surprise one of the week goes to Gabe. So I mean, that's what we got going on, guys. Next week's matchups, we got me taking on Joe. Texas Lexus taking on Challenger Intercepted. That's the teams. Luis is turned down for what? Taking on Johnny's Draft Day Losers. Will Johnny keep this winning trend going, man, when you make it 3 weeks in a row as player of the week? We got Jeremy Better Than Nezra taking on Freddy's Blackbeard's Delight. Alex is the Shield taking on Gabe. It's always San Leon. And Jose Bravo's Football taking on Joey Shiver Me Timbers. Big shout out to Isaac Rivas, honorary member of the Dynasty. Birthday was today, so happy birthday there, sir. Joey's still in Albuquerque. Hope all is well with you and your new addition to the family. And you can tell Marty I said hey. And hope all is well, guys. So on that note, remember to set those teams, pick those picks, and I'll see you right here next week on the recap. Peace out.